Hey everyone, welcome back to Power Tips. We are so excited that the new release wave documentation is out and we have been reviewing it so that we can provide the newest features for you to get excited about. So we're going to kick it off talking with our old favorite Dynamics 365 for sales. So Heidi, why don't you tell us some of the features that you thought were really interesting in the release notes?
Yeah, so I picked two of the non-Copilot features because I kind of wanted to shine the spotlight on something other than Copilot for a little bit. So the first one is in the sales productivity area, which is that you'll have the ability to customize your lead qualification for a seamless experience. So there's actually a screenshot of what it looks like from the administrator side. So I have that on the slides here you can check out, but it gives you a little more flexibility as an administrator to configure what that process looks like. Do we create accounts, contacts, opportunities? Do we create multiple opportunities from one lead? Very cool stuff that you're coming up with. And there is one Copilot bullet point for administrators. From here, you can also enable Copilot to generate a lead qualification summary, which I think is neat because your lead summary lives on your lead. So when you qualify to an opportunity, you don't see it again until you go back to your lead. So this will kind of give you a 360-degree view right there on the opportunity when you're at that point, which I think is helpful. On the flip side, as a seller, this feature is going to give you the ability, again, to create multiple opportunities from a single lead, which I think is a pretty cool enhancement. You can view that AI-generated lead qualification summary after you've already qualified your lead, and it fosters collaboration and maximizes efficiency. It's always a good thing for sales. Early access is slotted for this month. I didn't check to see if it's in there yet. Sorry, I should have done that. And GA will be in October. So this is coming soon. What do you think of this one, Kylie?
Yeah, I think this is really interesting because there's always confusion around what's getting created when I qualify my lead and can I control it? And
Yep.
so adding more control in there. And I also like the multiple opportunities. You called that out a few times, but how often do people fill out a form and list like three things they're looking for and they all need to go to separate departments, right?
Yep.
So that'll be great. And then we can reassign them. It'll be interesting to see how the flow of creating the multiple opportunities works.
Agreed. I think it's pretty cool. So the second one I picked to highlight was also in sales productivity. Analyze opportunities with grouping and aggregating. So this is just an update to your pipeline view. It's not like a new feature, but it's going to allow you to have additional functionality there. So you'll be able to group your opportunities by things like account name, the seller name, the closing date or the closing month, or any relevant field. It sounds like you can configure this for custom fields too. So you'll define how people can group and see their opportunities. You can also aggregate different numerical values. So the examples they give in the release notes are aggregate everything by your estimated value and your actual revenue right there within the grid. So I thought this was cool. It's like a small little update, but I think has the potential to make a big impact for certain sales organizations. This one's also early access today, maybe this month, and general availability in October. Those were my two updates I wanted to talk about.
I like I don't know if this guy is excited or mad.
I thought he was excited. We were going for excitement. He's like,
Yeah.
yes, I
He's
can
like,
group
let
them.
me aggregate my opportunities.
I love it.
I wanted to call out some of the Copilot features since Heidi wasn't going to. So the first one is the account AI generated summary. So we've already seen this on opportunities and leads. We've also seen it in customer service on cases, but now we'll also be able to get that summary for accounts. And this will be interesting because it's going to include the associated opportunities and leads. You can, just like the other summaries, you can configure what tables and columns are included in that. And the other thing it's going to include is the latest news on the account. So previously you could ask for that via Copilot, but now that'll just be included in part of the summary. And that should also be in public preview now and generally available in October. What do you think about this one, Heidi?
long overdue. I don't know why these are taking so long to drip out, but I like this one a lot. And I like that it also in the screenshot is showing you cases too. So it doesn't seem like this one's scope is just limited to sales. So that's very cool.
Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to call out too is that I forgot is there are some of the other features too that were things that we've seen in Copilot in customer service that are now going to also be in sales. Things like summarizing an opportunity and summarizing an email chain and crafting the response to the email. So lots of investment in Copilot everywhere. And yeah, my last feature is there's going to be a new Copilot immersive homepage. So I think we've already seen this. You see when you launch some of the first-party apps, you have that Copilot page. And so this is going to be a new, improved version of that, right? It's going to have your suggested action, your progress towards goals, the key opportunities it thinks you should focus on, and updates to help you prepare for your meetings and any kind of real-time insights. So this won't be in preview until October, but I'm sure they'll be looking for lots of feedback so that this can continue to improve. And the idea is that you're going to have that full screen so you could work with Copilot directly instead of just the little small chat bar, and so that you can kind of get more done. And this could be kind of your like home base of where you're doing most of your work.
What do you think about this? Interface. Yeah. I love this. This is much better than driving people to a dashboard. I think this is great. I'm curious about the goal progress because I thought Microsoft was trying to take us out of forecasting and not so much goals.
Yeah, I had the same question. Is that our old-fashioned goals, or is that forecasting, or is it something else that we don't know about? Yeah, and it'll also be interesting to see if we have configuration here that we can add, like you said, maybe we don't want to take them to a dashboard, but maybe there's some things on our dashboards we do want them to see. How can we kind of get them that data, or what does that look like? But it'll be exciting.
Cool. It is exciting. Stay tuned in October to see what this is going to look like. It's a bummer this one's so far out, but I like it a lot. Nice. Well, thank you guys for joining us. This was really fun to dive into Dynamics for Sales. Like Kylie said, our old favorite, Dynamics for Sales. I think this is where we both got our start in the Microsoft CRM world. So it's great to see how much this first-party app has changed. Stay tuned as we continue to dive into the 2024 Release Wave 2 notes. I think next time we will dive into customer service. So stay tuned for that.